Immortal rhythms wait in the time-bound state. Time-bound state, I told you last time, it means that she is the incarnate force here. And although she is here in the mortal world, her rhythms are the rhythms of the immortal. Her look, her smile awoke celestial sense even in earth stuff. Again, this line, her smile awoke celestial sense. Even earlier, draft didn't have this anjama line flowing into the other one, but here anjama is very powerful, very effective. See, and their intense delight poured a supernal beauty on men's life. Well, when she is here, because she is the incarnation, so her delight is going to flow automatically on men and surroundings and everywhere around. See. A wide self-giving was her native and a magnanimity as of sea or sky. Self-giving, he is now giving examples of sea or sky, magnanimity. That is self-giving, how they give. See. Enveloped with his greatness, all that came and gave a sense as of a greater world. Her kindly care was a sweet temperate sun, her high passion a blue heaven equipoise. Now, here is another mighty Homeric simile, as I told you. Another very beautiful Homeric simile. See, again, this sentence also starts with as. Earlier also started with as, you see. As might a soul fly like a hunted bird, escaping with tired wings from a world of storm, and reach a quiet like a remembered breast. That is what it means, you see, basically. And a quiet reach means reaching a quiet, you see. And a quiet reach like a remembered prayer. In heaven of safety, in a splendid soft repose, one could drink life back in streams of honey fire, recover the lost habit of happiness, feel her bright nature's glorious ambience, and bring joy in her warm and colorful. So this is a lyrical simile. You see, Homer does not go into the delicacies of expression in the simile. The expressions are very physical, solid, you see. But here the lyricism, the delicacy of expression is, but the entire simile is a lyrical, is a Homeric simile, you see. And of course, here soul and bird, they are equivalent. Normally, bird is a symbol for the soul, you see. And when the bird gets tired, then it tries to go and seeks a place of rest, a proper repose. That is what it means here. It is trying to reach a quiet. It is in that sense a tired soul is going to reach Savitri. Cloud net of her hair, cloud net. The bird of love is going to sit in the cloud net of her hair. Her hair itself is a net. And that net or nest, it is in that, it is going to sit here, you see. One could drink life back in streams of honey fire, recover the lost habit of happiness, feel her bright nature's glorious ambience, a deep compassion, a hushed sanctuary, her inward help unbarred, a gate in heaven. Well, that is exactly what the, see, mother's touch, her help, inward help, it opens the doors for the heaven. You can walk safely in the sunlit path. The sunlit path opens out for you. A deep of compassion, a hushed sanctuary, her inward help unbarred a gate in heaven. Love in her was wider than the universe. The whole world could take refuge in a single heart. The great unsatisfied Godhead here could dwell. Now that Godhead, of course, is the God of love. Love in her. This love is that Godhead here. He is unsatisfied because until now he was not able to find a proper nest to go and live and rest in that, you see. Now he has found that thing, which also means that if Savitri had been all along here since the beginning of creation of this earth, then why did that love could not find her so far? Why it has taken such a long time to find her, you see? Because she had to grow also. She had to carry the whole thing along with her, you see. Now she has become a perfect shrine. And in that perfect shrine he can go and enter, you see. It is not that on the very first day the Savitri came here, love found her and started living there. The whole thing had to grow through the process of evolution and come to a point when there is perfection for him to go and live. A moment has come now for him that things can move forward, onward. Spiritual, that can make all things divine. See, it is that moment for which love was waiting. Love was waiting for all things to become divine, the spiritual. And now that moment has come here. That perfection has come to her. For even her gulls were secrecies of light. At once she was a stillness and a worm, a continent, a sulfusing peace, an ocean of trembling virgin fire. The strength, the silence of the gods were hers. In her he found a vastness like his own. Both are equally vast. It is not that one is vaster than the other. Both are equal. In her he found a vastness like his own, his high, warm, subtle ether. He refound in the realms of this transcendence. They were always there together in the place. But now he has refound that here on earth, in the mortal world. Refound. And moved in her as in his natural home. In her he met his own eternity. His own eternity. She is equally as great as him, eternity. Well, that is what Savitri is here. Then, till then, no mournful light had barred this ray. Until this moment, there was nothing sad, nothing sorrowing here. This ray stands, of course, for Savitri. There was no question of any sorrow or of any mourning, of any sadness until this moment. But now that they are met, there is going to be sorrow. Till then. Now things are going to be there, you see, till then. So all along they have been there. In other words, it was a kind of a passive communion of love. But now that is going to enter into another type of a dynamism. And if it has to enter into another kind of a dynamism, it has to see something calamitous so that whatever is past is removed and things can move forward, you see. On the frail breast of this precarious earth, since her off-sight in breath-fastened house, opening in sympathy with happier storm, where life is not exposed to sorrowful change, remembered beauty that claimed least ignore, and wondered at this world of fragile form, carried on canvas strip of shimmering time, the impunity of unborn minds was because till then there was no sorrowful, but now there is the impunity coming to picture, you see. Now, this is a very complex description again, very involved description. On the frail breast of this precarious earth, frail breast of this precarious earth. Well, all the things which are here in the mortal world, they are precarious, they are fragile, they can get broken very easily. There is not that spiritual solidity which can stand the shock of adverse forces. Which can stand the shock of adverse forces, and therefore they are fragile, they are precarious, they are frail, you see, until then. On the frail, well, this is the condition of this one, of the earth, precarious earth, uncertain earth. Since her orbed sight, of eyes. These are the orbs, eyes. Of sight. Since she has taken the mortal birth. Of sight stands here for the mortal. In its breath-fastened house, our life, you see. In other words, this saying of sight in breath-fastened house corresponds to the mortal condition of Savitri. She has taken the mortal birth, and therefore this description, since her of sight in his breath-fastened house, opening in sympathy with happier stars. Well, with happier stars, no problem at all. Where, in those happier stars, where life is not exposed to sorrowful change. Up there in heaven, in the world of stars, life is not exposed to sorrow. Remembered beauty, death claimed, least ignored. She remembered that beauty. But our death claimed, because of the mortal side, because of this mortal condition, death claimed refers to this part. Claimed, least ignored, and wondered at this world of fragile forms. Carried on canvas strips of shimmering time, like a passing show going on like that. A movie, still a movie picture, negative, you see. Carried on canvas strips of shimmering time, the impunity of unborn mice was her impunity. She is not affected by the circumstances of mortality at all. See, she is free. She is kind of immune to all these things of unborn. She has that immunity of what? Of the mice which are deathless, which had not taken birth, was hers. The impunity of unborn mice was hers. This is from that book, Running Through Savitri, the tea book, you see, this passage. I will send it to you. Savitri's divinity shone everywhere, even in a state of grief. When grief becomes calm, it acquires a yogic quality on which the work of conquest of death. Human Savitri has identified herself with the divine Savitri, and the transcendental starts getting translated into the terrestrial. The description in the first two cantos acquired the earthly reality in the beginning of the book of Yoga. What Savitri is beginning to do is Savitri. On the mental heights, Buddhism had already said something like that. Your thought, your will goes around the world and comes back to you. Do not think you can do something with impunity. That's what the Buddhism says. It says, because it goes around the world and comes back to you. So there is no impunity there in that case, back to you. But here it was, he showed me bad vibrations with their will to harm. He showed how they came like that, and how with this consciousness they are around someone, the vibrations hit and went back, and they bounced back as if against a wall. They hit and went back. That is what a mother says. She says, in the Buddhism, it comes back on you. What went around is it. But now in her case, she is not affected at all by that. We read a very beautiful passage. He showed me bad vibrations with their will to harm. He showed how they came, those bad vibrations, like that. And how, with this consciousness, they're around someone, the vibrations hit and went back. They bounced back as if against a wall. Bad will was there. They hit and went back. And on their way, they modified themselves so as to take the very form needed to strike the person. Well, there are many of them. We'll read this one. It is a custom of the immortal gods to grant temporary prosperity. Yeah, they give you kind of a gold, prosperity, and a fairly long period of impunity to those whom they plan to punish for their crimes, so that they may feel it all the more keenly as a result of the change in their fortunes. This is what Julius Caesar says. You see. Do you think you can be righteous and holy with impunity? We cannot, we are not, you see. Impunity, exemption from punishment or loss. In the international law of human rights, etc., etc., well, it goes on like that, you see. It's a long history, you see. So the impunity of unborn mice, see, they are not affected at all by this thing, by this calamitous thing at all. See.